Good morning. Lots of news on the political front and some crypto updates later on. It's Friday and this is Finance Breakdown. Earnings this quarter are really not bad, which begs the question, why are indices faltering? The Dow and S&P closed on either side of the zero yesterday, the Russell plump in the middle, and only the Nasdaq gaining just over 0.33%. Treasury yields... Sorry about this. Treasury yields are declining after Jerome Powell's speech supported additional stimulus, and Biden's first call to his Chinese counterpart was a 2-hour back and forth between old friends. Afterwards, however, the U.S. president warned senators that China's infrastructure investments posed a serious threat. Slightly improving jobless claims disappointed yesterday, and later today a bunch of Michigan uni sentiment markers at 3 p.m. followed by the federal budget at 7. The DAX yesterday closed up 0.77%, but other European benchmarks were indecisive after the European Commission published its interim economic forecast, reducing growth estimates in 2021 from 4.2% by a full percent. This morning, Bundesbank President Jens Weidmann told reporters that inflation in Germany was expected to come in at 3% this year. The pound has been trending sideways after yesterday's 60-pip loss. It showed a blip on this morning's better-than-expected 3.3% year-on-year contraction for industrial production. Notice a sudden increase in volume down there. Industry failed to meet its quota and construction plummeted by nearly 3% month on month. Still, the nation's trade deficit improved a tad rather than growing, and GDP only contracted by another 7.8% year on year in Q4. That's 3 ticks better than expected. A week after Britain banned China's state television broadcast license, China has now retaliated by banning BBC World in the mainland. And the EU yesterday acknowledged a good rapport with the new US administration, saying both sides had agreed to refrain from new tariffs. Asian indices are currently in wait and see as China markets are closed for the Lunar New Year. Nikkei is down 0.14%, Australia 2/3, and New Zealand's Dow Jones 8.5%. The yen's attempted recovery is being swatted down as a Reuters poll shows the nation's economy is expected to contract more than initially expected, 5% rather than half that, according to 37 economists questioned. Reuters this morning reports that sanctions on Iran are threatening to freeze oil assets as both crude and gold continue down. Adding insult, OPEC published its report yesterday that downgraded demand and output expectations for the year. Bitcoin added another 6.5% as the first ETF in North America is launched in Canada. It'll be managed by Purpose Investments. Meanwhile, PayPal is ignoring Facebook's earlier attempts and yesterday published plans to launch a wallet for central bank distributed digital currencies, CBDCs in short. India, on the other hand, is warning it plans to set in motion a ban on cryptos. You'll remember in 2016, PM Modi demonetized the nation's 501,000 rupee banknotes in an attempt to fight corruption. That, of course, was another failure, so one would wonder what's the next move and who's going to make it. In corporate news, U.S. air carriers are getting a $14 billion payroll assistance package, and Disney yesterday proved that streaming can overcome shuttered amusement parks. Revenues were down 22% year on year on the 25% forecast, and earnings came in at 32 cents per share. That's a lot better than the 41-cent loss that had been expected. Pepsi also beat expectations with an 8.8% rise in revenues to $22.46 billion. AstraZeneca profits surged by 262% year on year. Revenues were up 11% to $7.4 billion, while Toshiba sales decreased 3% year on year to about $7 billion. Russian oil maker Rosneft today will be reporting to the London Stock Exchange in New York alongside Moody's and Sberbank. That's it for another spellbinding week of financial news. Hope it helps. See you all Monday.